This crowd is going to be a major factor in the game tonight. Along with Doug Collins, this is Bob Neal, and we have kind of a special introduction tonight we think you'll enjoy, too. Here's the public address announcer, Dick Callahan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Oakland Coliseum Arena. And tonight's second round National Basketball Association playoff game featuring the Los Angeles Lakers and your Golden State Warriors. First introducing the visiting Lakers. At forward, in his 8th year from North Carolina, standing 6'9", number 14, Sam Perkins. Also at forward, in his 9th year from North Carolina, standing 6'9", number 42, James Worthy. Starting at center, in his 2nd year from Yugoslavia, he stands 7 feet 1, wears number 12, Vlade Divac. At guard, in his 12th year from Michigan State, standing 6'9", number 32, Magic Johnson. And at the other guard's position in his 8th year from Arizona State, standing 6'4", number 4, Byron Scott. Head coach of the Lakers, Mike Dunleavy, assisted by Bill Bertke, Randy Fund, and Jim Ian. The Los Angeles trainer is Gary Vitti. Ladies and gentlemen, Run DMC.
One, two. We're about to do it like this. Drop it, Jay. Yeah. For you. It's all day, y'all. We don't stop. Jeremy, come on and just throw your hands in the air. Everybody. People like it just don't care. Everybody. This is game and see. Run TMC. Everybody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we won't stop and we don't stop. Everybody scream. Oh yeah. We about to bring up the starting five for Golden State. If y'all want to rock with Run TMC, come on. Everybody say run. Say TMC. Say Warriors are rocking. Warriors are rocking. Ah! Don't stop the noise. Don't stop the noise. Take it away, Jake.
And now the starting lineup for your Golden State Warriors. At forward, in his 1st year from American International, standing 6'5", number 20, Mario Elie. At the other forward position, in his 6th year from St. John's, standing 6'7", number 17.
Pump it up, y'all.
Starting at center from Arizona State, in his 10th year, standing 7 feet tall, number 53, Alton Lister.
Get busy.
At one guard position from the University of Texas at El Paso, in his 2nd year, standing 6 feet tall, number 10, Tim Hardaway. And at the other guard position from Kansas State, in his 3rd year, standing 6'5", number 23, Mitch Richmond. Don Nelson, assisted by Gary St. Jean, Don Nelson, and Larry Farmer. The Golden State trainer is Tom Abdenauer. Tonight's officials are number 7, Bernie Fryer.
Run DMC introduces Run TMC. I'm not sure which one's got the loudest applause, but everybody loved it, including Don Nelson. We'll be back with Lakers and the Warriors right after this. Oakland Coliseum Arena. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you. Run DMC introducing the Golden State Warriors. Golden State got the one-point victory down in Los Angeles. And Doug, as we take a look at the matchups for tonight, a little bit of an adjustment from the Los Angeles Lakers in that area.
Well, I think what Mike Dunleavy's going to do is he's going to play Tim Hardaway a little bit tonight like he plays Kevin Johnson from Phoenix. Put Magic Johnson on him, a bigger player. Move James Worthy over to Chris Mullin. And now he will play Byron Scott on Mitch Richmond. The other night, Mullin and Magic Johnson were matched against each other. They really hurt him in transition with three-point shooting. Like to get up and take away Mullin's initial shot, make him put the ball on the floor, and maybe Magic's size will bother Hardaway on his penetration to the basket.
Our officials, Hugh Evans, Jess Kersey, and Bernie Fryer. This game is underway. Sam Perkins hands it off to Magic Johnson. Career playoff high, 44 points in game number 2. And there's Mullin on Magic.
I also think they're going to make an effort to get Byron Scott involved here early in the game. Only 5 points after 27 in game 1.
Vlade Divac with the hook shot. It's out of bounds. Warriors ball. You saw Mitch Richmond playing Divac. Tim Hardaway, 8 steals, tying the Rick Barry held NBA playoff record in that second game down in Los Angeles. Richmond against Byron Scott. Hardaway, he hasn't cooled off a bit.
He's playing with such great confidence. He's in a rhythm right now where he thinks he can do whatever he wants to do on the floor regardless of who's playing him. See already, Lakers strategy, go to the post. That's their advantage. Pump the ball out, but pumping it out now, they've got to take it to the basket rather than continue to shoot outside shots. There you go. Take the ball to the basket.
Magic Johnson on the drive with only 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. He draws the foul.
The other night, in critical stages of the game, on the double teams, the Lakers were throwing the ball out of the double teams. Sam Perkins made 2 jumpers, but the last 3 possessions of the game, the Lakers missed jump shots. What they have to do, Alton Lister is the only shot blocker. Take the ball to the basket, get him in foul trouble, get to the free throw line. One of the advantages you have is your superior size and your ability to get to the free throw line.
Mario Elie committed the foul. Opening moments from Oakland, California. It's tied at 2. Mike Dunleavy, who played for Don Nelson, is kneeling there in the background to your upper left of your screen. Elie with the drive. Rebound Perkins. Elie with the critical free throws to get the win for Golden State in Los Angeles.
Right back into the post. You see right now the Lakers are going to see how they're defending each player. They've gone to Divac, they've gone to Perkins, and now they've gone to Worthy, so they're probing every matchup to see what it's going to look like the rest of the night.
Worthy had 20 in the first half the other night. Hardaway with the spinning move. He shovels it off. Down on the baseline, the miss from Alton Lister.
Alton Lister had the initial shot. He put it on the floor, lost his rhythm.
Divac with the travel. Pretty move, but illegal. It'll be Warriors ball.
Vlade is a much more comfortable player at home, playing in the Forum. On the road, his stats are not nearly as good. And tonight, they're going to need him. The ball game the other night, he got his 3rd foul in the 3rd quarter, never returned.
Tim Hardaway being defensed by Magic Johnson, who calls Tim the king of the crossover dribble. Won't see it this time. Richmond with the double team.
You see, Vlade's going to be the guy. He's going to track. He's going to be the double team guy. He's going to leave Lister, so Lister will have some open shots.
4 seconds to shoot. Hardaway is 2 for 2 from the perimeter.
That's what they want him to do, though. They don't want him to get in the lane. Both of his shots have been jump shots. They do not want him penetrating, get everybody else involved.
Worthy misses on the baseline. Mullin with a rebound.
Worthy shot that time very flat.
Golden State shot better than 53% in game number 2, but so did the Lakers. Worthy against Hardaway. He'll hold it up. There's the double team, and Magic is open underneath.
Nice play there by James Worthy. He saw the double team, found Magic Johnson all alone for a layup.
And buried him in among the photographers, and now Magic's down court. And Divac, who wanted to throw the baseball pass to Magic, who had been left behind, traveled for the 2nd time early in this game. After the basket, Magic Johnson was knocked hard into the cameraman. Ours, as a matter of fact.
You see, Worthy saw the double team by Mullin. He read it very well. Here's the Lister knocking Magic into the camera. Magic never really got down the floor.
Lister misses again. Divac rebounds again. Lakers by 2. Perkins against Elie with 1 foul already. Elie got a piece of that. He's only 6'5". Perkins at 7 feet.
Got to get up on him.
Mullen for three.
Starts up. You've got to get up on him to the three-point line. The other night he did the same thing. That's 5 consecutive threes Chris Mullen has hit.
Warriors by 1. We got a foul on Golden State.
Chris Mullen is a rhythm shooter. Look at Divac. He's way off of him. You've got to get up. You've got to smother his left hand, push him to his right, and get help. You cannot let him stand out there and measure jump shots, or he's going to have another big night.
That foul was on Richmond. He fouled out of the game in Los Angeles on Wednesday. There they are, putting it back in the post to Magic Johnson.
If it comes back to Worthy, he's got to drive it.
Worthy pulls up for the jumper and nails it from 18 feet. Worthy has 4 points, as does Magic Johnson. They have all 8 of the Lakers' points.
Worthy just yelled at Vlade, if you're going to play Mullen, get up on him, meaning in transition. Many times he's going to get caught playing him. Get up on him. So Worthy does not want to let him get started.
Hardaway now has Divac on him. Where's the mismatch? Hardaway with the drive. Hardaway's 3 out of 3. Has 6 points early. Scott. Oh, it looks like the beginning of another shootout. Can we stand another one like the game Wednesday night in Los Angeles? Lakers by 1. Hardaway misses, and back come the Lakers up by 1.
Good job here by Magic Johnson. Slow the pace of this game. That kind of frenetic pace favors the Warriors. Slow it down. Now go to your inside people.
A rifle pass inside to Worthy. The miss. Lister rebound. Hardaway running. Has Mullen on the left. Threw it right into Scott's hand.
Yeah, but Perkins got up on him and forced him to put it down on the floor.
Lister with the foul. Scott will go to the line.
Well, you got to credit Sam Perkins with that turnover. He got up on Mullen, forced him to put it down, and Mullen got in between, threw the errant pass, and Byron Scott now will shoot 2 free throws. But again, Bob, when we watch this ball game, when you play against the Golden State Warriors, you've got to defend to the three-point line. You can't get sucked back into the paint, or they'll beat you with your secondary fast break.
The Warriors call timeout with 7:18 to go in the first quarter. The Lakers up by 1, headed to the free throw line. Lakers up by 1 early in this ball game. A real shootout Wednesday night in Los Angeles. Both Chris Mullen and Magic Johnson were both Magic on that particular night.
Mullen defied the shooting odds when he shot that well after coming off an injury, not really playing for 5 days. Magic was terrific, but in talking to Magic Johnson tonight, you see the rebound difference and the field goal percentage, but in talking to Magic tonight, he's aware that when he has to score big, it's not his team's strength. So look for them to get Byron Scott off here early tonight, to get Worthy more involved in the second half. Divac, and already twice tonight, Vlade's been yelled at by Magic and Worthy. He's had 2 traveling violations, and he did not get up on Chris Mullen. You just cannot lose your concentration when you're playing against such an explosive team.
Byron Scott gives him a 2-point lead. Byron Scott had a tremendous game 1, including 5 out of 5 from three-point land. But in terms of scoring, disappeared in game 2. Not all his fault.
No, it wasn't. Byron is a guy that goes without the ball, but you also have to credit Golden State. They made an adjustment. They said, we're going to stay home on Byron. We're not going to give him the easy shots. When Magic goes to the basket, we're going to make Magic score. So they took Scott out of the game, and Magic had the big night.
And the Warriors get the 1-point win. Worthy on Mullen. Clearing the side for Mullen. 6 seconds to shoot. Into the paint, he drew the foul on Worthy.
Laker foul.
His first.
Team foul.
A little isolation that time for Chris Mullen against James Worthy. Worthy did a nice job pushing him to his right hand. He's a left-handed player, but at the last minute bumped him with the body. You do not want to foul Chris Mullen. He's a tremendous free throw shooter. 83% in the game the other night, shooting 5 for 6, but normally on the season he's a 90% free throw shooter.
Chris Mullen showed up at the Los Angeles Forum to practice before that game at 11 o'clock at night, and they let him in.
I wonder if that security guard who let him do that still got his job.
No, the practice played off. He was in there at 11 o'clock at night, the night before the game, shot for 45 minutes.
In the dark. No wonder the hand in his face didn't bother him. He was shooting in the dark the night before.
6:50 to go, quarter number 1. Scott is open, faking Hardaway over Lister. Byron Scott.
You can see they're going to him early.
And he has 6 points early. Ellie with a hard drive, the block. No foul called. Ellie will come out of the crowd of photographers, and 19 will remain on the shot clock.
Tim Hardaway leaves his feet Byron Scott with a little escape dribble, Lister coming over, but those guys were teammates, so Byron shot over the top him before at Arizona State.
The Golden State turnover, the ball went off the foot of Chris Mullen. It'll be Lakers ball, leading by 4 with 6:34 to go in the first quarter.
Going into Perkins in the post.
Lister got away with a push there. Got Perkins away from the block. 10 to shoot for LA.
Keep him out of the middle. He's a left-hand player. He likes to swing in.
Magic Johnson open, faking Mullen. Now into the lane. 2 seconds to shoot. 1. That counted.
You can already see, though, when the Lakers throw the ball out of the double team, they're not settling for the jump shot. Magic looking to drive. That time it almost cost them possession, but they're not living with the outside jump shots off the double team.
Mullen kicking it out to Hardaway on the penetration. Inside to Ellie, nothing there. Scott.
Oh, no!
Out Lister on the foul, pushing Vlade Divac.
Number 53.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug Collins and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game, and that's 2 early fouls on Lister. In comes Jim Peterson.
Number 43, Jim Peterson.
I'd like to run screen roll out of the corner here with Magic. Let's see how they play it.
Worthy got inside of Ellie. Peterson came to help out. Here comes Hardaway. Punched away by Scott. Divac in the open court against Peterson. Peterson with the foul. Divac will go to the line. Once again, a disparity in free throws building early in this game. These will be the 5th and 6th free throws for the Lakers. There have been only 2 for Golden State.
Magic Johnson just went over and told Vlade Divac on that possession. He said, Vlade, you got fouled, but Byron Scott was wide open on the right wing. Let's get the ball to Byron and shoot the basketball. You get on the boards. He was very close to being called for traveling in that possession, but Vlade right now is trying to get himself untracked as Rod Higgins is getting ready to check into the ball game. So already we see Don Nelson making a substitution here. Peterson is in for Lister. Ellie's out of the ball game. Higgins in. Higgins will give them more size and a better outside shooter. He's a three-point threat. Ellie more of a slasher, does not give him that outside shooter.
Higgins converted the big three-point play late in that ball game with a foul on Eldon Campbell of the Lakers. Offensive rebound to bring them to within 1.
See, the pace of this game is slower right now. You see the Lakers getting to the free throw line, not as many fast breaks. As a result, the Warriors only have 10 points.
And the Lakers by 8. Richmond back into the paint. His fadeaway jumper. Tough shot. Peterson keeps it alive. LA on a 10-1 run.
It's done with their defense, not giving any easy baskets. The Lakers were the top defensive teams in the league. 99 points they gave up during the season.
Magic Johnson found Scott on the opposite side of the floor. Scott finds Divac. He's fouled. He'll go to the line again.
You see a very determined Laker team right now, Bob. They realize that winning in the playoffs is done with defense. They've been giving up 120 points a game. Byron Scott looking to be aggressive, takes it to the basket. It's stripped there, nice play, but Divac is in the right spot at the right time, and now he has an opportunity for a three-point play that would give them an 11-point lead here early.
Peterson has 2 personal fouls, 4:47 to go in the first quarter. Higgins with a rebound off the miss. Lakers by 10. Richmond. That was just inside the line. It's a 2-pointer, his first basket of the night.
See, Lakers are shooting free throws the rest of the quarter, so they want to continue to go inside.
And successfully. Perkins' first 2 of the night.
Only 1 team foul on the Lakers, 5 already for the Golden State Warriors.
Hardaway with the miss. Richmond mistimed his jump. Loose ball foul is going to be on Los Angeles. It's on Divac.
Magic Johnson will give up the outside jump shot to Tim Hardaway. He will give him 25 outside jump shots with a hand in his face because it prevents him from getting in the lane and getting all these other players involved. So Timmy Hardaway is going to have to look for penetration here as well as the outside shot.
The no-look Richmond to Jim Peterson for the jam. Lakers by 8, 4 minutes to go in the quarter. this time. Rebound Richmond. What a rebounder he is. Kansas State, the drive. Peterson jams again. Richmond to Peterson 2 times in a row, and it's a 6-point Lakers lead. Timeout, Los Angeles. That got the crowd on their feet. Around Oakland, you're hearing the cries, beat L.A. Well, prior to the game, Doug Collins talked to Don Nelson about 2 key ways to beat L.A.
2 things that you don't want to do against the Lakers. One of them is put them on the free throw line, because they win games on the free throw line. Of the 600-plus points they won the season by, 500 of them were from the free throw line. That's a big stat. And the other thing is the rebound. You know, when they get you strung out and chasing people, they're so good on the offensive board. They're a big team. They're one of the biggest teams in the league. People don't really know that. They're a huge team, and they're going to be very difficult for us.
Don Nelson talking about how to beat L.A. One thing, he does not have as many horses as Los Angeles, but he has a mystique developing, and the mystique is most successful with the people most important to be successful with. And that, of course, is his team. Well, his team definitely believes in him. The early trend in this ball game is the Lakers again dominating the boards 9-6. Golden State committed 6 fouls to LA's 2, and the Lakers have made 6 out of 7. Golden State only 1 of 2 from the free throw line, so we already see the trend developing of the Lakers dominating the boards and getting to the free throw line. Lakers by 6. 10 to shoot for Magic Johnson against Mullen. Peterson comes to help out. Scott open with 5 on the shot clock. Byron Scott. And in this ball game, he has 8 points. Well, he's a real difference. When he scores, you've got to play all 5 players on the floor. Then they become a very lethal team. Worthy with the block and the steal, but a foul is going to be against Los Angeles.
Number 42.
On Worthy, and that'll be his second.
Second personal foul.
There's Byron Scott with the outside jump shot off the great pass again from Magic Johnson, finding the double team, finding the open man. Richmond in the paint. Mitch Richmond with 4 points. Worthy back quickly against Higgins, now Peterson. He traveled. Chance for the Warriors to pull to within 4. They had trailed by 10 only about a minute ago. James Worthy a little frustrated, going to sit down after getting the second foul and walking, so AC Green in the ball game right now. AC gave them good minutes in game 2, 11 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. Mullen against AC will pull up and shoot from outside, not this time. Rebound Byron Scott.
In the Laker lineup, number 45, AC Green.
Perkins backing in. He's knocked down by Peterson. That'll be Peterson's 3rd, and Perkins will go to the line, and that free throw disparity continues. Sam Perkins is a load in the post. He's strong. You don't realize how big this guy is. He's 6'9". He has exceptionally long arms. There's the trip. Perkins with a great concentration. But Sam Perkins has got to weigh well over 250 pounds. He's big, he's strong, and when you get him down there and you let him take 2-3 dribbles, he's going to get the shot that he wants. So that's a tough matchup, and the Lakers are looking to exploit that in the first quarter, and they've got Byron Scott now rolling, so their offense looks good, the defense is much better. Peterson with 3 fouls sits down. Rookie Tyrone Hill checks into the ballgame. He wears number 32. Mitch Richmond wants to post against Byron Scott. They'll throw over the top against him if he tries to front. Nine seconds to shoot. Tyrone Hill lost the dribble on his own. Good collapsing defense. Tyrone Hill put it down on the floor. 1 dribble was knocked away. Devos. We've got a jump ball. Bernie Fryer with a call. Well, the cardinal rule, if you're a big guy, is don't bring the ball down below your waist. Brought it down to his ankles, and Higgins reached in and was able to force him into a jump ball. Keep the ball high, otherwise you might as well be 6'7". He said nobody told him anything about ankles. Hardaway looking at the crossover dribble and the penetration.
2 minutes.
The handoff off the baseline, Tyrone Hill.
See what happens with Hardaway drives. The whole defense collapses, Bob, and then other people are going to be open. That's what he has to continue to do, even though the outside shot is going to be there for him.
Now Hill's going to try his luck at stopping Perkins down inside. Higgins came for the help. He committed the foul.
Boy, the fouls are mounting up right now.
Number 22, Rob Higgins, first personal.
Now watch Hardaway. He's got the outside shot, but he does not settle for it. Gets in the lane. Now what does that do? Here comes Vlade Divac. He's tracking the ball. And now Tyrone Hill slashes to the basket for the layup. That's what your point guard has to do, and Tim Hardaway does it as well as anybody in the playoffs, averaging 11.5 assists.
These will be the 9th and 10th free throws for the Lakers. Only 2 have been taken by Golden State.
One shot remaining.
Sam Perkins, a big cog in this Laker machine after the trade from Dallas. You see that this series he's played very big, 21 points average in the first 2 games. Opened up game 1 by hitting the three-pointer at the top of the key. And we have a Lakers 8-point lead with 1:40 remaining in the first quarter from Golden State, Oakland, California. Pass inside to Higgins. Good pass from Mullen. Higgins couldn't handle it in the traffic. Sharunas Marciulionis will check in for Golden State.
Going right back to Perkins, Bob. Right, they're going to say, you got to stop us. The rookie's on you. I don't believe he can stop you. Let's go to him.
AC Green with a big board, went up strong. Excellent interior defense, however, by Golden State.
But if you're Don Nelson, you're concerned because the Lakers are getting inside. They're getting to the free throw line. Their superior size is paying dividends right now. I know it's only a 6-point lead, but the trend of the game has been set. You don't see Golden State into a wide-open game. The game is a half-court game. That benefits the Lakers.
Lakers get the jump ball. Minute 17 to go in the first quarter. Marciulionis commits the foul as he reached in. Let's see if it was Marciulionis.
Number 32.
It was Hill. Both of them could have been called for the foul.
First personal foul. Penalty situation.
That's Hill's first.
14, Sam Perkins, 1 plus the penalty.
Free throw shooting contest first quarter. No contest. A free throw shooting exhibition by the Lakers.
What happens is also, too, see how it slows the pace of the game? When you foul teams, there are no rebounds. The defense can get back. It can sit up. It can force you to play that half-court game. And this is not what Golden State wants to do. But you know what? They don't have any say in it right now because the Lakers are just pounding it right down their throat inside. And they just don't have the physical size to match up against these big people.
Golden State scored 35 points in the first quarter in Los Angeles Wednesday. They've scored only 20 here. The Lakers 32-20, their biggest lead of the game by 12 points.
Well, they're so aware of Chris Mullen. People point, get Mullen, get Mullen.
Mitch Richmond misses. Marciulionis knocked down Divac. He hit that injured left wrist. Let's see if he's all right. Divac doesn't have his left wrist taped tonight. I think he'll be all right.
Second personal foul.
When you get to the free throw line, it always feels better. So he'll feel a lot better once he gets to the line.
49 seconds to go, first quarter. Golden State scoring only 20 points.
Well, in game 1, the score at the end of the first quarter was Lakers 35, Golden State 25. They were plus 10. In game 2, it was 35-32 Warriors. So the operative number here has been for the Lakers to get out, do a good job defensively in the first quarter, get a little bit of a lead. So after giving up 35 first quarter points, only 20 tonight.
Number 22, Ron Higgins.
Lakers on a pace to attempt over 50 free throws in this game. They had 51 in game 2. This will be the 14th tonight. The only people who like free throws are the team taking them.
See if they get a quick 2 here. 2 for 1. They've got about 10 seconds that they can still run off and get the shot. Going to double Hardaway.
Kicks it out in the corner to Mitch Richmond. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Now 5. Kick to Byron Byron Scott, who's been hot in the first quarter, and he continues that way with 10 points.
Give credit to Magic Johnson. Though Magic Johnson realizing that 44 points of the night was great for the record book, but that's not what his team needs to win. Tonight, passing, getting the ball inside, different team.
Tolbert on the hard drive. He's fouled. Count the basket. Tom Tolbert, who became known as the point center in the San Antonio series, with an awkward appearing but effective drive. That's the first personal on Byron Scott.
Again, who is it? Hardaway with a little penetration. He brings Perkins over, and when he does that, it gives Tolbert a chance to drive the lane. It's a subtle little thing. It didn't look that exciting, but the minute Hardaway put it on the floor, Perkins helped.
Oh, Mullen with a near magical tip in, but no cigar. Lakers lead it by 11 after the first quarter.
Brought to you by LA Gear, the Warrior Girls.
In Oakland, California, the Los Angeles Lakers have built an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter of play, and that's very similar to the score at the end of the first quarter in game number 1, a successful game for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers led then by a score of 35-25.
Rebounds, Lakers 11, Golden State 8, so there's +3. Free throw shooting, Lakers shot 14 free throws. They were 11 of 14, only 1 of 3 for the Warriors. There's +10. Byron Scott 10 points in the first quarter. Perkins 10 points. Magic Johnson only 4. Big difference.
Hardaway, Richmond, Mullen joined Tolbert and Marciulionis on the floor for Golden State. Marciulionis on the penetration. 5 seconds to shoot. Marciulionis inside. Lakers ball. Terry Teagle into the game for Los Angeles.
Real small lineup right now for Golden State. You see Tom Tolbert's their biggest player on the floor, and then 4 guards. We'll see how the Lakers handle this. Nelly's trying to get the big team off the floor from Los Angeles.
The bad pass ends up in the hands of the Warriors. Marciulionis with the big drive. His first basket of the night.
See what matchup. See if they go to Divac in the post against Marciulionis. That's the matchup you'd probably like to explore.
Magic spinning into the middle, straight into Tolbert. Mullen comes away with it, and then Divac steals it. Hardaway knocked the Johnson pass out of bounds with 21 on the shot clock.
The thing I like right now with Golden State is they're very active with their hands when Magic Johnson is trying to make passes. That's 3 that have been deflected here already in the second quarter. You just can't let him stand there and see the floor. You've got to give him a target, and they've done a nice job knocking some passes down.
AC Green will take the jumper. Tolbert sagged off. Mullen with a rebound. His 4th. Lakers can cut the lead to 7. Hardaway kicks it to Richmond from the corner. Lakers have not scored in the first minute and a half of the second quarter. The Warriors have.
Don Nelson's gone to a very small lineup. Let's see how long the Lakers stay big.
Marciulionis ties up Divac for the jump ball.
Bloody, if he's going to post up against Marciulionis, catch the ball and take the shot. The minute you put it on the floor, you're going to allow the little guy back in the game, and that's what happened.
Mullen out ahead of the pack. There's Magic. It's a 5-point Lakers lead. Mullen has 6. The Lakers led by 11. It's a 6-0 Golden State run. Timeout, Lakers. 22nd timeout. Well, the small lineup once again.
He changed the pace of the game right now. They've got a couple easy baskets. The Lakers are a little bit confused offensively. Good timeout here, 22nd by Mike Dunleavy. He's going to take Vlade Divac out of the ball game. Going to come back in with James Worthy. So he's going to go to a smaller lineup. Now, smaller lineup for the Lakers is 6'9", 6'9", 6'9". So they still have the size. But this matchup, Mike Dunleavy realizing that the smaller Golden State team getting the better of this matchup.
The biggest Warrior out there is Tom Tolbert at 6'8".
Here's the tip. You see Marciulionis actually gets up and gets the tip And the Lakers had an offensive tip there. They did not have a defensive tip. They expected Divac to gain the advantage, and then no one was really back to play against Chris Mullin.
Bernie Fryer sounded the whistle to allow Rod Higgins to get into the game.
Now, the reason he did that is because during the 22nd timeout, Mike Dunleavy substituted, so Don Nelson gets a chance to substitute also.
Worthy came onto the floor for L.A. 10 minutes to go in the half. Warriors on a 6-0 run. 10 to shoot for L.A. Worthy.
Tough shot.
Has 8 points. Worthy had 20 in the first half Wednesday night. Came up with only 3 in the second half. Tolbert with the air ball. Green hard to the hole.
Oh, man. Big, strong move by A.C. Green. So good 22nd timeout, good substitution, back to a 9-point lead.
Mullin missed the lay-in.
Someone's got to stay back with Mullin. He's trailing the play. If there's a turnover, he's going to be right back there to score.
And he is. There's the turnover. Mullin missed the jumper. Not as hot tonight. Interior pass to Mullin. He can't handle it. L.A. ball.
So in a transition game, Bob, the last guy down the floor has got to be able to see that there's no one back defensively. Here's AC.
32, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson's going to get a brief rest. Drew comes onto the floor. Drew and Teagle, you might call the guards in this LA lineup.
What a tough shot.
And he buries it. Tonight, LA getting the tough shots from the perimeter. And now the Lakers back up by 11. That's the amount they led by at the end of one quarter. Hardaway with a fabulous move.
See, you're walking a fine line when you play Hardaway. When he bangs into you, you'd like to be able to draw attention to the official, but when you fall down, then he has an easy opening to the basket. Tough thing to try to defend against.
Speaking of falling down, Marciulionis fell down, had to try to catch up to A.C. Green, and in doing so, committed the foul. Now, Mullin will rest. Richmond into the ball game.
Warrior foul, charge number 13, Sharunas Marciulionis. First personal, first team.
See if they go back to Teagle. He's got the green light to take some shots when he comes off the bench, so they like to go right to him.
Perkins against Tolbert. That's an offensive foul this time.
That's a good call by Hubert Evans. With the right arm, he took and gained an advantage by pinning Tom Tolbert. So Sam Perkins with a foul. Mike Dunleavy does not like it, but that was an excellent call.
Tolbert, the fourth Warrior to try to defend Perkins in the post early in this game. Marciulionis with the penetration. No basket.
Lakers trying to buy time now with Magic Johnson on the bench. Larry Drew needs to run the show.
Teagle penetrating. Warriors ball.
Terry Teagle a little excited back here playing in the playoffs. This is his old team. I'm sure he wants to play well against them, but you've got to take good shots.
Divac and Johnson you see on the bench. Higgins for 3. Long board.
Long shots, Bob. Long rebounds. Guards got to get back and get those.
Marciulionis inside for the layup. He's penetrated twice for baskets and has 4 points.
This guy's so strong when he takes the ball to the basket. He actually wants to draw fouls is what he wants to do, but he's got 2 nice layups now in traffic going against the bigger LA front line.
Now Worthy with the double team. Open man for 3. Drew. Perkins gets it to Worthy. They'll start it all over again.
You know, you'd like to say where are the mismatches. There's so many on the floor right now, you don't know who to go to in terms of size.
Mitch Richmond was just cheating as much as he could away from Teagle, and they finally got him on an illegal defense call.
This is the strength of Sharunas Marciulionis. Look at him with a big, strong hop step, and he goes up against Sam Perkins, who is 6'9" with 41-inch sleeves and still makes the shot.
The new 24-second shot off the warning against Golden State. Teagle. Foul against Los Angeles as Marciulionis is dropped to the floor.
think it's going to be on AC Green. A little frustrated. Marciulionis got his body into him. AC Green just pushed him out of bounds. So that's a good foul.
Got his first.
You don't mind fouls trying to go aggressively to the offensive board because that's where the Lakers have an advantage, and they would like to capitalize on that.
Chris Mullen, who's only 2 out of 6 tonight from the floor, checks back in. Richmond buries the 3. It's Richmond with 11 points in the first half, and the Lakers lead it now by 4. Lakers have scored only 6 points in about 5.5 minutes in this quarter.
It's a game of spurts, and right now the Warriors are on one of those spurts.
Teagle.
He's taking some tough shots.
AC Green, big board. Marciulionis stripped it away twice. Look at his strength. Higgins gets the basket. I'd like to see him draw that one up. Lakers by 2. Magic Johnson will be coming on the floor in a moment. You can count on that.
Magic sits down and they lose an 11-point lead.
Perkins against Tolbert. 5 to shoot. 3, 2. Rebound Marciulionis. He's on fire. Tolbert hard to the hole. He's fouled.
Who are these guys? Marciulionis is rebounding like he's Akeem Olajuwon.
Chris Mullen just grabbed him a moment ago and gave him a big, big Russian bear hug. Up 9 of the 11-point deficit at the quarter with 5:43 to go in the half. Here's tonight's Chevrolet scoreboard. Exciting game took place in Philadelphia tonight. Philadelphia beat Chicago 99-97. You see down there in the second part of that page, and Hersey Hawkins hit a 3-pointer with 10 seconds left.
They were very fortunate. Michael Jordan had a 3-point play. Manute Bol gets a technical foul, gets kicked out of the game. Michael missed the technical, and the 76ers were able to hold on to try to even that series up now on Sunday afternoon.
There's the final. Philadelphia 99-97. The Bulls lead now in that series. 2 games to 1. That means we'll be bringing you Game 5 because Game 5 is guaranteed on Tuesday night. Doug and I will be up there for that telecast. Marciulionis has been on fire. His body even turned red during this streak.
Well, just look at the energy. Look at this. He's going to reach in and just with strength, he's going to take this ball away. Look at the determined look on his face. He pops up and then takes off. What a great play. Then the next time down the floor, he gets a big, strong rebound, penetrates out, finds Tolbert. The Lakers substitute. They take out Magic Johnson. They lose their direction. And now Magic is back after just a short rest. And the lead went from 11 down to 2. And Tom Tolbert shooting now with an opportunity to tie it.
In addition to all of that, guess what the Warriors have not done this quarter in about 6 minutes and 15 seconds?
Foul.
They have not shot a free throw.
All right.
Second personal foul.
Eldon Campbell, who was, in some people's eyes, a strong player in game number 2, and in some's eyes, the GOAT of the game with 2 late fouls, and Mike Dunleavy was heavily criticized for it.
Yeah, I think Mike was criticized unfairly. Yes, he's a rookie, but he gives them speed and quickness. He could play against a smaller lineup, and he happened to be at the wrong spot at the wrong time. If those fouls were not committed, people have been talking about what a great quarter he played, so I think that's a little unfair.
Tolbert gets one of the free throws. 5:30 to go in the half. Warriors by 1. Worthy. Has 10 points. As Magic Johnson is back on the floor with Byron Scott, Sam Perkins, Eldon Campbell.
Here's your point center, Tom Tolbert, running the show now against Perkins.
Richmond spins right, turns left, and shoots from the baseline. Richmond has 13. Worthy quick. Oh, great hesitation reverse.
He was going to dunk that ball, Bob. He showed it, and the guy jumped at the ball, and he spun it off the glass. What a play.
Lakers by 3. Richmond, beautiful bounce pass down to Higgins, who's got some trouble getting the shot off, but he draws the foul, and it's on Eldon Campbell.
Watch James Worthy. He's extending to dunk this ball. Now watch him.
Number 41.
They go for the block shot. You see it, and he changes it and spins it off the glass. What a tremendous shot by James Worthy.
He's probably taught that move by Dean Smith at North Carolina, would you guess?
Yeah, like Michael's taught some of those dunks, right? That's
exactly.
called instinctive, great basketball playing, and a guy who's filled the lane so many years on the fast break. You know, if Worthy has slowed down an area, he does not run the lane on the break like he used to. He used to be so good, one of the best forwards in the game, finishing the fast break.
Lakers by 1. Mullen, good defense against Magic. Byron Scott looking for Campbell down low. Tolbert with a block and the foul.
It's a good foul, though. Eldon Campbell is not a good free throw shooter. He's a spectacular dunker. He extends to go big to the basket. Tolbert takes the foul. The ball is knocked loose. Richmond circles the post, does a nice job knocking the ball away. Campbell gets possession. He extends big. Here comes Tolbert. And Eldon Campbell, again, not a good free throw shooter.
This is only his 3rd free throw, by the way, of the entire playoff series. The big stat is not on there, 6.6 rebounds, but the 2 late fouls that were so controversial in Los Angeles.
You don't give a guy a dunk, you make him shoot 2 free throws. He only makes 1 of 2, so you gain a point there. Nice play.
Warriors an opportunity to tie. Magic Johnson playing some great defense on Marshall Onis.
Well, he knows once he gets it, he wants to drive it to the basket, so he tried to keep it out of his hands.
5 to shoot. Marshall Onis pulls up, misses that jumper. Higgins, the big offensive board. Richmond, Mullen. 3 opportunities go by the boards. No pun intended. Perkins.
That's a tough, tough shot. That was in between a layup and a jump shot, hanging in the air. One-hand floater by a 6'9", 255-pound player.
Foul against Los Angeles. It's going to be on Magic Johnson.
Number 32, Magic Johnson.
The forwards for Los Angeles really making the Warriors suffer. Worthy and Perkins both with 12 points, and not much out of the front line, but of course of Golden State, but that's not surprising to anyone as Hardaway checks into the game. Lakers by 4, 3:47 remaining, first half.
Wanted to go right into Mitch Richmond in the post against Byron Scott. See if they give him help. They'll back him right down and jump over, and Byron strips him.
There's the double team. Mullen just ripped it out of his hand. 3-on-1. Marshall Onis.
Byron Scott just made a mistake there. He brought the ball across half court, picked up his dribble right into a double team. Had no place to go. He just took the ball right out of his hands.
Worthy against Tolbert. Let's see if they give him any help. Illegal defense against Golden State. It was on Hardaway. Didn't know exactly where to go there.
Bob, here you go. You come across half court, you pick the ball up. Now you can't throw it in the back court. Chris Mullen comes over, does a smart thing, double teams, just takes the ball right out of his hands. So if you're going to take the ball across half court, drive it down into an area where you have the ability now to pass the ball back. Byron did not do that.
Magic knocks down the technical free throw, and it'll be Lakers ball as Mario Elie will return to the game. Marshall Onis will get a big hand.
And, well, he should. He played very, very well, gave them an emotional lift as well as what he did out on the floor.
Lakers by 3 with 3:10 to go in the first half. Worthy's quick move to the baseline. Worthy with 14 first half points. He had 20 at the half in game number 2.
Timeout. Lakers.
Lakers got a timeout on the floor. Illegal defense was called just prior to the timeout. 2:51 remaining in the first half from Oakland.
Another edition of Celebrity Silence.
The Lakers leading 51-46, just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Lakers are what you might call playoff veterans. Consecutive playoff appearances. They're 3rd and 4th in the most ever.
Well, you look at the core of their team has been together now for so long with Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, Worthy, AC Green. So that team has been together now so long. You can just see their ability to play in this kind of environment. This is a tough building to win in. The crowd has been very much into this game, but the Lakers have done a good job subduing it and using their timeouts well.
Both Magic and Tim Hardaway have 7 assists so far in this game.
Chris Mullen has cooled off considerably after 16 for 21. Worthy and Perkins now have done a good job, only 2 for 7 in this game.
On the penetration, doesn't get that one either, making 2 for 8.
Yeah, but they're not letting him get a good look at the basket. They made him put it on the floor shooter, running one-hander. The other night, he squared it up and just shot it home.
Worthy backing Ellie in again. Ellie giving up 4 inches on that. Worthy finally misses one. Colbert kept it alive to Hardaway. What a pass! Threaded the needle to Ellie. That's right out of the Magic Johnson bounce pass book.
2 minutes.
Ellie tried to steal that entry pass, but now with 5 on the clock, Worthy backing in. Three-point play by Worthy. He has 16 and an opportunity for 17.
Second personal foul.
Mario Ellie, beautiful play here, running the fast break. Watch this bounce pass by Hardaway. Sees the whole floor. His head and eyes are up, not down, dribbling the basketball. And Ellie finishes it emphatically with the slam dunk.
James Worthy. He's at the line with
Mr. Internationally. I get it. Portugal, Ireland, and Argentina played in 4 pro basketball leagues. I don't know anyone else who's played in 4. Do you?
No, I do not.
Lakers by 5. They led by 11 at the end of the first quarter. Mullen posted down low against Byron Scott.
Oh,
Scott's hands have been big tonight.
Yes, that's 2 strips. He's got one against Richmond, now one against Mullen. Let's see if they can find Scott for a jump shot.
Magic sees that if he hurries, they have the numbers. Scott did get the jump shot. Warriors ball. Now there's a dispute between the officials. Bernie Fryer and Hugh Evans talking about it. Hugh Evans wants the jump ball.
Bernie Fryer had the call. It was Laker ball. He pointed it in the wrong direction, so he got the call right. Don Nelson doesn't like it, but that's good officiating between he and Hubert Evans.
Talk to each other, make the just and correct call.
You got to get it right. He pointed in the wrong direction. He knew it was Laker basketball.
Minute 14 to go in the half. Worthy again. Keep going to that until that well runs dry. Maybe there's a leak in the bucket for a moment anyway. Ellie hard to the hoop. He draws the foul. He's an exceptional free throw shooter. He'll go to the line.
How about the game the other night? Mario Ellie's only defensive rebound of the game was the one he got fouled on. Rod Higgins' only offensive rebound of the game was the one he got and stuck back in for the 3-point play. So you got Run TMC playing a tremendous game, and you got Rod Higgins and Mario Ellie beating you at the end of the game. Sort of poetic justice, I guess, if the Warriors were going to win.
See what's coming up on the Prudential halftime report. Ernie Johnson will be in our studios in Atlanta. As Ellie knocks down the first. Chance to pull to within 3. Worthy sits down with 2 personal fouls. Eldon Campbell on the floor for the final minute, along with Terry Teagle for LA.
Little half-court trap, just trying to change the pace of the game here. Maybe take a quick outside jump shot, and it will also keep the Lakers from then being into their post game.
Magic finds Scott. Rebound on the floor. Teagle collects the loose ball and gets his 4th point.
That's a page out of the Warrior book. I guess you play for the Warriors, you learn to get those loose balls.
Hardaway for 3. Just barely caught the edge of the rim. Out to Scott. Tolbert, good positional defense. Byron Scott has played well in this first half. That's his first basket of this quarter, but he has 12 points.
But he had good patience. He realized Tolbert was on him, and instead of launching a quick shot, he backed it out and then broke him down off the dribble.
Lakers led by 9 at the end of the half in the game in LA on Wednesday. They are up here by 7. Hardaway has it stripped away. Lakers with an opportunity for a final shot. Scott from half court. And at the end of the first half, the Lakers lead it by 7, 57 to 50. They are the Golden
Golden State Warriors trailing the LA Lakers 57-50, Game 3 of their best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal series. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, joined by Milwaukee Bucks head coach Del Harris for the Prudential halftime report. Your impressions of the first half here. Another good one going.
A good one. Both teams, particularly in the first quarter, were playing isolation basketball with Golden State trying to do their draw and kick game, spread the court, dribble in, find openings. On the other end, LA was isolating and trying to jam the ball down low. The result was that LA was able to get to the foul line by getting the ball inside and to take an 11-point lead. In the second quarter, Golden State decided to open their game up a little bit more full court. They went to more running, a more set play type of a game. They were able to equalize the free throw game and come back closer. They actually won the quarter 26-22.
So right now they are down by 7 to the Lakers. Now earlier tonight here on TV.
Back at the Oakland Coliseum, the Los Angeles Lakers lead it by 7 at the half. They led by 9 at the half in both of the first 2 games. And after game number 2, the game in which the Warriors won, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Warriors both shot above 53% in the first half tonight. If you want to take one big stroke difference on Golden State, they're shooting only 45 and change.
Yes, they are, and the Lakers are doing a better job defending. They're forcing them to put the ball on the floor, not giving them as many open looks at the basket, so their percentage is down a little bit. It's the name of the game, defense in the playoffs.
Let's have a look at the statistics. Turnovers significant. Golden State has 10 in the first half tonight. Mullen 5 of those.
Well, they only had 8 in game 2, so they're already 2 over what they had when they played the flawless game. You see the free throws, the Lakers +7. We expect that. Here's James Worthy posting up. Now, James Worthy had a big first half, Bob. He had 16 points. You're going to see him posting here against Mario Elie. Big thing was he got 14 shots at the basket. Now, remember, in game 2, he had 20 points at half. He was 7 for 11 shooting, and then only got 7 shots in the second half, only 1 field goal, finished with 23 points. So they're going to have to keep going to Worthy. And then the other man, Byron Scott, who was 2 for 8 in game 2 with the pump fake there. You see Byron Scott 5 for 9. He has 12 points, so he was much more active. He had 27 in their game 1 win. The emotional leader was Marciulionis. Sarunas Marciulionis gave them 6 points, 2 rebounds off the bench, but his just inspired play did a nice job.
Now you want to know, how about Chris Mullen and Magic, the 2 who had the shootout in game 1? Not that way, or game 2, not that way tonight.
The Lakers made a switch defensively. They've had Worthy on him. They've had Perkins on him. They've taken away his easy shot. We talked about Magic Johnson scoring 44 points the other night. Magic Johnson does not want to score that many points. Only 2 field goals attempted tonight. As a result, Perkins with 12, Worthy 18, Byron Scott with 12, a much more balanced effort. Let's see if they can continue that in the second half.
The Warriors bench has outscored LA in the first half 19-7. This one's underway. Jim Peterson's running jump hook, and Jim is 3 out of 3 from the floor tonight for 6 points.
This is exactly what Nelly did in game 2. He started Peterson and Higgins in place of Elie and Lister. Let's see if this is going to be an effective lineup for him.
Into Perkins. Peterson bats it away. 10 to shoot for LA. Perkins in the crowd sitting with the cheerleaders.
The guy's holding him. He won't let him go.
4 seconds to shoot. Scott. Hot hands cool, but the offensive rebound goes to Perkins.
He finally got up. They were holding him in the stands so he couldn't get back into play, and then he ended up with the rebound. That's the home court advantage.
Perkins misses. Mullen rebound. I don't know if I'd get up if I'm with the cheerleaders. No, I think I would. The game would be much too important to me. Mullen to Peterson. He's 4 out of 4 tonight.
You know, Nelly, it's unbelievable. He'll put a guy in the game, and the guy is so confident he'll do things out there. 2 big field goals, shooting a 19-foot jump shot. That's not Peterson's game, but it went in.
Higgins tries to defend Worthy, who had 16 in the first half. The double team. Now the reversal. Perkins for 3. Out of bounds. Warriors ball, trailing by 3.
That's not what they want to do. They don't want to launch long jump shots. They must get the ball inside.
Higgins for 3. It's tied.
Well, Don Nelson starts Peterson. He starts Higgins. They give him the first 7 points of the half. It's now a tie ball game.
The 22nd Los Angeles timeout. So the Lakers have not scored. A 7-0 Warriors run. 2 of the field goals came from Jim Peterson. Here's Rod Higgins. He's a good three-point shooter.
Now this is his game. He's an excellent three-point shooter. Perkins is back in the lane, and he does not close out soon enough. And Higgins bangs in the three-point shot.
Well, Golden State's got him rocking again here tonight at the Coliseum. Warriors do it the harder way. I think that's the most symbolic sign of all. Is this Los Angeles? Don Nelson shook up the lineup for the start of the second half, but just as he did in game 2, and it paid off.
Well, he forced the hand to get Divac out of the game now, so AC Green in the lineup, a smaller lineup. This is exactly what happened in game 2. We never saw Divac again the rest of the ball game.
Now Magic posted against Mullen. We got a foul away from the ball. Coming up next on TNT, Inside the NBA with Fred Hickman and Hannah Storm. They'll have highlights from tonight's playoff games. Inside the NBA comes up after this game, and that's on Peterson, his 4th foul.
Well, he was upset. He thought he took a shot from Sam Perkins. He just retaliated. You see him, his left eye looks like it's almost closing now, Peterson. He must have got poked in the eye.
Magic backing in on Mullen. Does any help come? No. Magic spin shot. Doesn't fall. Rebound, Richmond. What a rebounder he is. The Golden State turnover. They're 11th of this game.
Richmond's the 4th best rebounding guard in the NBA.
Mullen trying to tie up Magic. It's a nightmare, like being on the Oakland freeway. Rebound Peterson. Can he hold on to it? Yes. Slippery ball. Tied at 57. Peterson, the loose ball foul. That'll be his 5th foul.
Let's see if Don Nelson substitutes or just lets him play, depending on how much he feels like he's going to need him at the end of the game. He's now going to substitute, bring in Alton Lister. So it feels like he's going to need Peterson to finish the ball game.
Well, Peterson has been really an offensive show compared to what they expect out of him. He is 4 out of 4 from the floor for 8 points. This is about as big as the Warriors get. With Lister in there.
And Higgins, you're right.
10 to shoot. Now Perkins. We have the whistle pretty quickly against Alton Lister.
Well, what Hubert Evans now is sending a message. He said, we're not going to be sumo wrestling in the post. We're going to play it clean. Took both hands, had it at his waist, and then bumped him with his chest. That's a foul. You got to clean up the post play.
Magic Johnson only 2 field goal attempts in the first half. Bounce pass to Worthy.
James Worthy.
The draw and kick. Lakers by 2.
That's really the offense of the 90s now. Spread the floor, penetrate, pull some defenders, and find open shooters. That's why it's so important to be able to make outside shots.
Mullen with the drive. He gets the reverse to fall. And Mullen has 8 points in this game.
One of the
having 41 the other night.
One of the reasons San Antonio did not beat Golden State, because on the drive they could not make the outside shot.
Magic Johnson hits the 3 and now has 8 points. Hardaway tried to answer. Magic Johnson gets the double team. There comes Lister at a good time. Thus the turnover, but first the travel for the violation. It'll be sidelines out of bounds.
Magic Johnson getting in the lane. Here comes Higgins to help. You drive and dish, as you said, Bob, and then you deliver with the outside jump shot. So the 3D offense that time by the Lakers.
13 Laker turnovers in the game. Hardaway kicks it to Higgins. Mullen.
Not a good shot.
Oh, what a pass from Hardaway. Down to Higgins. Hardaway with a lightning fast pass, and Higgins will go to the line.
The impressive thing, Bob, it was done off the dribble. The guy never picked the basketball up. He just whipped it off the dribble right to Higgins. If he would have picked the ball up, the defense might have recovered.
Number 22, Rod Higgins.
Here it is right here. Now the shot is going to go up. Now watch Hardaway. The ball is off the dribble. Boom. He just picks it up and finds him. That's surveying the floor. And you know what you say to yourself? If the ball comes to me, I'm going to get the ball to the open man. And that's what Hardaway did. It was a great play.
Higgins with the big three-point play at the end of the ball game in game number 2. Knocks them both in. Lakers by 1, 7:38 to go, third quarter. Another close ball game between these two teams. Scott's wide open.
That's an executed play that the Lakers have run now for about 8 years. Little back screen for Byron Scott off the screen roll with Magic Johnson. Back pick, floats the pass to him for the wide open jump shot.
Hardaway.
Hardaway.
Gets him back very quickly. Seven minutes to go, third quarter. Magic draws the foul after the penetration.
Number 17, Chris Mullin.
It's on Chris Mullin, his first.
The pace of this game is picking up right now. You're going to see Magic Johnson coming to the middle, drawing the personal foul, but already in the third quarter, the Warriors have scored 13 points in only 5 minutes, so the pace of the game is picking up, and if you're Don Nelson, you have to be happy about that because you feel like if it's going to be a skitterish game, you have a better chance of winning it.
Already, the Warriors, however, have 4 team fouls. The Lakers only 1. Here are tonight's Nissan leaders. Irvin Johnson averaging 12.8 assists a game. Jim Hardaway, 10.
Great Western will always be there.
Well, the Blazers held on last night. Utah Jazz coming back from a major 23-point deficit in the fourth quarter, almost pulling that ball game out. There's another passing leader, Joe Montana.
Lovely wife Jennifer just over to the right there. That's a much better picture.
Now, Bob, excuse me, one of the things that we talked about with Don Nelson before the game was, you know, Nelly, when you play the Lakers, what are 2 of your concerns? Obviously, free throw shooting. The other one is rebounding. Game 2, the Lakers won the battle of the boards plus 21, 49-28. Tonight, the Lakers are only up 1, 24-23, which bodes well for the Warriors, the fact they're hanging in there on the boards.
Irvin Johnson goes to the free throw line with 7:02 to go, third quarter. Lakers lead it by 2. Missed a triple-double by only 1 assist in game number 2. He had a triple-double in game 1. Richmond posted against Byron Scott.
Got a great shot. He just missed a little hook shot from about 8 feet, but that was excellent execution, and the shot they wanted just didn't make it. There's Byron Scott again. Same play off the back screen.
Hardaway ran out of him this time, caused him to miss the shot. Lister out to Hardaway. Magic Johnson tips it out of bounds.
Well, Magic, if he had not deflected that ball, it was a 2-on-1 fast break. Hardaway and Mitch Richmond, it would have been a layup. So good play by Magic Johnson to break up the fast break opportunity.
There's the double team. Lister all alone. And the foul.
Hardaway did a great job that time of letting the play develop. He came off, the Lakers double teamed him. He pulled the dribble back instead of going into the defense. See him pull the dribble back, and then Perkins cannot recover. That's a super play by the young point guard to find out Lister and take the nice patient time to get it done.
Three-point play by Alton Lister. Second personal foul on AC Green. The game is tied at 66. The 5th time this game has been tied tonight.
Lakers are going to go screen roll. They look for Worthy here on the pass over the top. If it's not there, they run screen roll. Mullen will not let Magic catch the ball. So the play now has broken down.
Worthy behind the screen, and he has 20.
James Worthy.
Already he's outscored his second half from the second game. Higgins buries the 3. Warriors lead.
Got another shootout in the Wild Wild West. They're not forgetting about James Worthy this half, the Lakers, like they did in game 2. They're going back to Worthy and back to Worthy. They're going to keep going to him. I think it's a good move.
That's the second foul on Higgins. Coming up Sunday on TNT, we'll have the Portland Trail Blazers at Salt Lake City. Doug and I will be there in Salt Lake City as Utah almost got that one from Portland that you mentioned earlier, but the Blazers do lead the series 2-0. Utah at home, however, it's going to be a tough road for the Blazers.
Well, the Utah Jazz are tied with Portland for the best home court record in the West, so Portland's going to have to play excellent basketball to go in there and beat the Jazz. I'm sure the Jazz are in a better frame of mind, although they lost, that they had a chance to pull out that game after trailing by so many points. There's the same play, screen roll. This time Hardaway takes the jumper.
The knuckleball. Almost no rotation at all. As Jim Barnett, a former player and a friend of yours, said if it's outdoors, the wind would cause it to drift. That's Hardaway with 12.
It's his Hoyt Wilhelm jump shot.
Lister trying to defense Perkins down there. Offensive foul on Perkins.
Watch the rotation on Hardaway's jump shot. If you're a young player, you don't teach this, but the results are that it goes in. Little rotation, but not much. That's a floater.
For him, that's almost a checkup shot. Richmond off the screen. He thought that was all the way. Warriors by 1. Johnson. Rebound Hardaway.
Trouble here. Mullen spotting up for 3. Don't leave him.
Hardaway, they left. Now the Lakers have the numbers. Oh! Lister got a piece of that.
That was goaltending, and they didn't see it. That was goaltending. The ball hit the backboard, and they did not call it.
How about Higgins, though? He inbounded the ball. This time they call it. Higgins inbounded the ball directly to the Lakers.
I'm not so sure that one was goaltending, but the first one was, Bob. It went off the backboard. Watch Magic Johnson. He's going to release the shot. It hits the backboard, and then the ball is blocked. Watch the release. Watch the ball. Backboard, blocked. That's a goaltend.
Lakers by 1. Well, justice was done.
They finally got the second one.
Richmond for 3. Well, the perimeter shooting of Golden State definitely off tonight compared to game number 2. Double team on Magic Johnson. Oh, Worthy's left alone is going to murder you, and he has 24. Lakers by 3. The first half hero about to re-enter the game for Golden State, Sarunas Marciulionis.
Golden State staying with the screen roll. Hardaway trying to go a little deeper this time.
Magic's got him down there.
They have the switch. If they clear it out, Hardaway can take Perkins off the dribble. He cannot play him there.
Illegal defense.
That was
Los Angeles.
Bob, that was a good job because the Lakers switched the screen roll. I'm sure Mike Dunleavy does not want him to switch that because that puts Perkins on Hardaway. They clear out the lane and they force an illegal defense. That's a good play, and the Lakers got to do a better job communicating on the screen roll.
Mullen to shoot the technical free throw.
That's a second illegal defense.
By the way, the Warriors are in the penalty here in the third quarter. Lakers have committed only 2 team fouls. Chance for the Warriors to tie.
Now watch Mullen on the sideline out of bounds play. In many instances, he'll be the recipient as they go into Richmond. He ends up many times getting this shot.
Hardaway's fadeaway jumper. Tim Hardaway has 14.
The Warriors simply will not die. They have such great heart, and they just keep battling.
Worthy's turnaround doesn't fall this time. Lister with the rebound.
Hardaway has a mismatch. Worthy, he wants to take him. They need to clear it out.
Right by Worthy, and the foul. You got that right, Coach. Like Worthy was nailed to the floor. Third personal on Sam Perkins.
They've got to come double team him. The minute Hardaway isolates like that, Bob, you've got to come get him. And they're just laying Worthy out here with no help. He can't play him. There's nobody in the league can stop him from doing that.
It's the 4th foul on Worthy. Timeout, Los Angeles. Quarter, and the Lakers and Warriors are tied. Lakers had led it by 7 at the half. This series is tied at 1 game apiece. Portland has a 2-game-to-none lead in the Western Conference over the Jazz, although that was almost a 1-1 game.
Well, I think Portland needs tomorrow to go down to Utah and establish the fact that they can win again on the road. They had the best road record, but they lost both games to Seattle in the playoffs. On the other hand, Utah wants to defend the home court advantage. You and I will be down there tomorrow. We'll watch the game, and then we will do Game 4 here on TNT on Sunday night, so that should be fun.
8 o'clock Eastern Time. Doug and I will be at Salt Lake City at the Salt Palace. It's tied at 74, and Hardaway goes to the line to give the Warriors the lead if he is successful. Tim Hardaway tonight with 14 points and 11 assists. 15 points.
The Lakers are going to have to make an adjustment when the screen roll develops and Hardaway gets switched off against the bigger player. They're going to have to come back doubling. They're going to have to do something, because if they let him isolate, they're going to be living at the free throw line. Either that, he's going to get inside and get the ball to jump shooters, but they're going to have to make an adjustment on him because he's just too quick for one guy to try to defend.
Warriors by 2. They've got Worthy posted against Richmond. Worthy with 26.
Great shot. Alton Lister missed that ball by a fingernail coming over to try to block it, just out of his reach.
Barcelonas to Richmond, waiting for the double team. Green flirting with the illegal defense, now on the double team. Rebound Magic Johnson. He has 5 rebounds.
Oh, Richmond left Byron Scott. Fortunately, Hardaway recovered. He had a wide open 3. You don't know what to give Scott the open shot. Great job by Hardaway.
Illegal defense called on Sharunas Marciulionis, who backed in.
James Worthy on the isolation against Richmond. But watch Alton Lister come from the weak side, and watch how close he comes to blocking this shot. Here he comes. Here comes Lister. Oh, right over his fingertips.
Alton Lister came into the game because Jim Peterson, who was playing very well offensively, picked up his 5th foul. Terry Teagle is going to be in the game for LA shortly.
Peterson and Higgins actually were the guys who got this Warrior team right back in the ball game. 7 quick points to tie the game as the 3rd quarter started.
2 minutes in the quarter. 10 to shoot for LA.
Offensive foul.
That's the 3rd foul on AC Green, an offensive foul.
Terry Teagle for Byron Scott.
4 of the people participating in this game were involved with the Milwaukee Bucks back in 83-84.
2 minutes.
That team lost to Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, 4 games to 0.
Barcelonas pulls up for the jumper. He has been unsuccessful in games 2 and 3 from the perimeter.
They will give him that shot. Again, he loves to drive and get to the free throw line, not a good perimeter shooter.
Magic spins to the baseline. Marciulionis came to help but committed the foul.
Magic Johnson is so aware of the free throw situation. The team in the penalty, he's going to put his head down. He's going to drive the ball to the basket. He's going to draw the foul. Excellent job by Magic there to get to the free throw line to give his team now 2 more free throws.
They're saying Mullen fouled him. Mullen's discussing it with Jess Kersey. Nevertheless, count 2 on Chris Mullen. Lakers by 3 with 1:38 to go in the 3rd.
See if they go back to screen and roll with Hardaway. They had such success with that.
Mullen with a tough shot in the lane.
Terry Teagle wants the ball in the post. If they don't double him, he'll spin with that baseline spinning jump shot. Here he comes. There it is.
Lister came at it. He got it to Lister.
He's a rhythm shooter, and he likes to spin back to the baseline. You've got to make him turn back to his right shoulder.
Hardaway misses the lay-in. Now the Lakers run. Worthy with the pass to Green, punched away by Marciulionis, and Tom Tolbert will get into the ball game for Golden State, and Alton Lister will sit down. .7 remaining in the third quarter.
Now the Lakers have Warriors have no shot blocker in the game, so the Lakers do not want to live with the outside shot. Lister really their only legitimate shot blocker, so they can continue to go inside. Teagle has the advantage here with Hardaway with, again, that spinning jump shot.
5 seconds to shoot. There's the spin. The shot hit the side of the board. 31.9 remaining. The violation will give the ball.
First in the last 2 minutes.
Wait a minute, that's a foul on Teagle.
Teagle was over the top. He missed the shot. In his excitement, tried to get the ball back. It will not hurt his team because that was only the 4th team foul.
31-9 to go in the third quarter.
Get 2 for 1 here. They want to get a quick one up here. I guess they're going to wait now and use some of the clock.
Marciulionis trying to drive, losing the handle. Green with the foul. That'll be 4 on AC Green.
That was a design play for Marciulionis to isolate against the bigger AC Green. He mishandled the ball, but did get fouled when AC reached in to try to pick up the steal. You know, Byron Scott has, speaking of steals, has 6 steals in this game. The Lakers only 3 in the entire game, too, so the level of their defense has picked up dramatically.
Marciulionis shooting 85% from the free throw line in the series as Mario Ellie gets into the game.
And you see Nelly now starting to play with Mike Dunleavy's mind here a little bit. You're looking out on the floor. You got that 4-guard attack again. And Tom Tolbert, this was the team that bothered the Lakers in the second quarter. The big difference is Magic Johnson is still on the floor. Now the question is going to be in Mike Dunleavy's mind, when will he rest Magic Johnson? There's 21 seconds to go in this quarter. He's played the entire third quarter. When he rested him, Bob, in the second quarter, they lost 9 points, so we'll have to keep our eye on that substitution.
Three-quarter trap with 14 seconds to go in the quarter.
Just trying to disrupt the Laker offense so they cannot run a set play.
Perkins gives it to Johnson with 3 seconds in the quarter. Magic on the drive, tied up by Marciulionis. Lakers are unable to score. They lead by 3 at the end of 3 quarters from the Oakland Coliseum. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you. Final 12 minutes of Game 3 in the Western Conference semifinals between the Lakers and the Warriors. Arvydas Marciulionis entering the game. Lakers leading it by 3, 81-78. And the Big Three run TMC, as they are called here, struggling from the floor tonight. 16 of 40, shooting 39% compared to 62% for the whole game in game number 2. Magic Johnson off his scoring pace a bit too. Only 13 points in this game. He's 2 of 7.
Magic Johnson still has not taken a rest, so he stayed out on the floor using the timeout there. An offensive foul off the ball on Sam Perkins.
His 5th foul.
That's going to really hurt. They're going to come back now with Divac, but Divac does not have the versatility of Sam Perkins. Perkins can defend against a smaller player. Divac can't. And when you look out on the floor right now, Divac will have to play Tolbert
away from the basket, too.
Absolutely. Now that puts Magic Johnson on Higgins. AC Green and Marciulionis. That's the matchup. It'll be tough because Marciulionis can beat him on the dribble.
There's Tolbert off the pick and roll. Can't hold on to the ball. 5 seconds to shoot. Tolbert open. Cans the jumper.
Marciulionis picks up the loose ball, drives it right through the heart of the defense. You collapse and you find the open shooter. Good basketball.
Worthy gets the double team now. Tolbert commits the foul.
This is the emotional lift that Marciulionis gives his team. See him drive it right to the defense. Look where Vlade Divac is. Here's Tolbert. You talked about him. He's got to play him outside. Divac has got to be very careful in leaving Tolbert because he can make the open shot.
Mitch Richmond checks in for the Golden State Warriors. As Tolbert rests, now the Warriors are very, very small.
You know, Mike Dunleavy might not have the luxury of resting Magic Johnson tonight. This game is so close. If he takes him out of the game, it might swing. So Mike Dunleavy's got a real predicament here on his hands.
Lakers by 1. 10 seconds to shoot. Magic with the penetration, and he lays it off to AC Green.
Where you talk about what dribble penetration does to a defense. We've seen it now both times down the floor. Here's the matchup I talked about.
Mitch Richmond inside. Tip was missed by Mullen. Lakers lead it by 3. Magic kicks it to Worthy over Higgins. And James Worthy has 28.
I think Magic Johnson is aware that Worthy only scored 3 in the second half the other night, and he had 44.
Marciulionis with a travel. Saw a slight opening in the Laker defense, but couldn't slice it. 13 turnovers for the Warriors in the game.
Here's Magic giving it up on the drive to James Worthy, who's really shooting the outside shot well tonight. He's really on target.
Hardaway, Richmond, and Mullen on the floor with Higgins and Marciulionis for Golden State.
Be aware of Worthy now coming right to the foul line on this play. They've got to be very careful. Defensively, Mullen can't leave him.
Hardaway trying to keep Teagle away from the hoop. Got his hand on the ball. Teagle got the basket in the paint anyway. Teagle with 8 points. And the Lakers build that 7-point lead. Now back to 5 as Richmond lays it in. He has 15. Worthy really feeling it tonight. 30 points for James Worthy. Mullen with the beautiful give and go to Hardaway, who missed the lay-in. Hard foul from Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway is upset. He felt he got banged down on the other end with a body, so that was a frustration foul against Magic Johnson. Keep our eye on team fouls. 2 team fouls for the Warriors, none for the Lakers. Fouls not yet a factor, but remember how important it is to get into the penalty early and shoot free throws in the 4th quarter.
9 minutes to go in the game.
Look at the post Teagle again against Hardaway.
Teagle kicks it out to Magic. Worthy fakes the 3, takes the 19-footer. Divac, big rebound. And he's fouled. It's
Marciulionis. Second personal foul. Warriors' 3rd team foul in the period.
Now 3 team fouls on the Warriors. So they have only 1 more to commit before they'll be right on the edge of going to the penalty. Timeout on the floor with 8:56 remaining.
Using his lower body to try to bump him out of the post. He's so strong. Look where he's trying to post up.
He comes away with a steal ahead of the field to Richmond.
Oh, that might be 2 shots in the ball. I don't know what they're going to call. Not a flagrant foul. They're going to really just 2 shots. Now Hardaway, look at Hardaway bumping him out, Bob, with his lower body. He's riding him out of the post. Look where he's trying to post up now, almost the 3-point line. Great play by Hardaway. Now throws ahead to Richmond. And this is the foul. Don Nelson wanted the intentional foul, or excuse me, the flagrant foul. They did not call it, just 2 shots.
Lakers had built that 7-point lead, and now it's reduced to 4. 20 points. Higgins trying to defend against Worthy. There's the double team. Magic open for the 3. Kicks it to Teagle. He's been hot from outside. Loves this arena. Wonder why.
Yeah, he feels at home here against Golden State. Nothing more he would like to do than to beat his old teammates. Oh, Vlade.
That's 4 on Vlade Divac. Remember, Perkins on the bench with 5.
See, the problem you have now, Vlade Divac has to play Higgins. And as a result, you've got to guard Higgins to the three-point line. That's twice Vlade has chased at him, and he's put the ball on the floor. Divac's now out of the ball game. Good substitution by Mike Dunleavy, realizing now you can put Magic Johnson on Higgins rather than try to play Divac there.
Worthy knocks it out of bounds. 22 on the shot clock. Richmond is posted against Teagle down low. Richmond very strong. Spins in, scoop shot.
Richmond was 1 for 6 in the second half. He's made a three-pointer and now a spinning field goal and 2 free throws, so he has come alive.
Has 22 in the game. Magic powers inside. Mullen with the rebound. The fall-away jumper doesn't go.
Chris Mullen trying to draw the foul. He's the one that created the contact. Good no call.
Marciulionis fouls Magic on the drive. Well, Mullen and Magic, who had such big games the other night, Magic only 2 of 8 from the floor, and Mullen's 3 of 12.
Number 13, Marciulionis.
You know, many instances, Bob, when you come back from an injury, you are so focused and so into what you have to do emotionally, realizing that you've been out and that you might not be 100%. You have the kind of games Chris Mullen has. Then you come back and you have a little bit of a letdown because now you're back playing. And I think you've seen that a little bit with Chris Mullen. It's not that he's not trying, but the other night his concentration was so great because of his injury and because he had been out that he had just an unbelievable game, and that's not right there tonight.
Lakers by 6, 6:49 to go in this ball game. Next time the Warriors foul, they'll be in the penalty. Mullen just not getting them to fall. Those were dropping in Los Angeles.
Credit James Worthy, and also look, Chris Mullen is going to mess around and get a technical foul. He's been griping out at Bernie Fryer. He might get a technical here real soon.
10 to shoot for Los Angeles. Into Worthy against Higgins. Worthy has 32. Timeout, Golden State.
Warriors, timeout.
Here's tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Rebounds and points in the paint.
Well, you see the Lakers now starting to dominate the board, something you expect. At one point in time, they were only up 24-23, now +8 points in the paint against something you expect, 37-30. So the Lakers, with their superior size, winning the ball game right now in the lane. +7 points in the lane. They lead the game by 8.
James Worthy with 32 points, 7 of 9 in the second half.
Well, they've gone to him and he's delivered. 16 points in the first half, 16 points in the second. A far cry from game 2 when it was 20 points in the first half and only 3 in the second.
Higgins, Hardaway, Mullen, Richmond, and Marciulionis on the floor for the Golden State Warriors. Green, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Teagle, and Scott for the Lakers. 6:11 to go in the game. The Lakers out in front by 8. Hardaway, incredible move inside. Missed the layup.
Worthy, excuse me, AC Green, good defense to come over to bother that shot.
Lakers looking to build a double-digit lead here with under 6 minutes to go in the game. Worthy against Higgins, 5 seconds to shoot. Throws up the prayer with 3. Mullen couldn't hold on to the ball, and Mullen said did not the shot clock tick down for a violation, but no, foul on Hardaway.
Terry Teagle has really done a good job for his ball club tonight, coming in, realizing you need a small lineup in many instances to play against this Warrior team, as we see Mario Ellie in the ball game. But Teagle's done a nice job, Bob. He's given them some rebounds, some good solid defense, made some big shots right when they needed them. This is a guy who in the first playoff series against Houston scored only 1 point.
Teagle knocks down both the free throws, and the Lakers with a double-digit lead of 10. 5.5 to go in this ball game. Lakers 26 of 31 from the line. 16 for 19 are the Warriors. Hardaway with a penetration. Kick out to Richmond. That's a 2. Loose ball foul.
Warriors are getting frustrated right now. They're starting to get into it verbally with the officials. They're losing a little concentration. Byron Scott that time came down and looked like Hardaway came underneath him a little bit and bumped him, and Byron will shoot 2 free throws.
Hardaway's 3rd personal foul. We have more NBA action coming your way Sunday and Monday. First of all, Doug and I will be at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Portland and Utah in Game 4. And then Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Boston at Detroit in the Eastern Conference semifinals. That also will be game number 4.
And we know now we have a Game 5 Tuesday night. You and I will be in Chicago to see Game 5 of Philadelphia and Chicago after their 99-97 win tonight to go to 2-1 in that series.
Our airline tickets caused by Percy Hawkins.
That's right. Well, I was going to be there anyway. So.
That's a good point. I think I would have gone anyway, too. We could have played golf. Hawkins hit the 3-pointer with 10 seconds to go in that ball game, which is the big play.
Lakers 4 timeouts remaining, 3 and a 20 for Golden State, so plenty of timeouts for Mike Dunleavy to use now to rest his team if he needs it to finish this ball game as they played heavy minutes.
Los Angeles foul as the Lakers lead 101 to 89. That's on Byron Scott, his 3rd.
Only the 4th team, so sideline out of bounds and a new 24-second shot clock to the Warriors.
Warriors are in the penalty. Lakers will be on their next foul.
How about Hardaway's going in the post now? If your point guard is going to post up a little bit.
Gets that lay-in to fall. He just bodied Byron Scott right off the block.
Well, he's like a rock. He just goes right back into him. Byron Scott's a strong player, but he just banged right off of him.
Magic Johnson down low against Mullen. Hard to stop here. The ball stripped away. The numbers go to the Warriors, and the foul before it crossed half court.
Penalty situation.
That was an intentional foul by Worthy to stop the fast break. Ellie, an excellent free throw shooter, and now he will be shooting 2. Both teams in the penalty the rest of the game, rest of the ball game. 4:39 remaining.
3rd personal on Worthy. Ellie with the 2 free throws that clinched the win for the Warriors at Los Angeles.
Boy, Bob, when you look at the shooting, Ellie misses the free throw. You look at the shooting of Run TMC in the second half, 8 for 24. So they're shooting way down. As a result, now they trail by 10 points.
They may have become overexcited when Run DMC introduced them at the beginning of the game. Mullen really struggling, 3 of 13. Magic only 2 of 8, but he has 15 points because of free throw trips, and Magic has been running this offense very well, but Chris struggling.
I think the real key is they've chased him off the 3-point shot, have not given him open shots. Worthy has done a great job of being aware where he is every time down the floor. And if he leaks out and someone else has to pick him up, they've not given him open shots. So the strategy to take away Mullen's shot early with James Worthy has worked right now. Still plenty of time, though. 9 points, 4.5 minutes to go in the game.
Now Hardaway trying to deny the ball from Magic Johnson.
AC Green dribbles right into the teeth of the trap. The same thing Byron Scott had done. You've got to be careful, Bob. You see the double team. You've got to pull the dribble back before you cross half court, because that's right where they want you to go. That's the way, as a coach, you draw it up on the chalkboard.
16 seconds for the Lakers to shoot. Now back into the hands of Magic.
Worthy wants it against Richmond.
Richmond trying to keep him as far away as possible. There's the double team. The reverse to Scott over Ellie. Byron Scott. Beautiful ball movement by the Lakers. Up now by 11.
That's why you've got to have Byron Scott as part of your offense. He gives you that lethal outside shooting.
Hardaway with the drive, the basket, and the free throw attempt. Personal foul on Scott. That's his 4th.
Well, look at Timmy Hardaway cross the ball over twice between his legs, takes it to the basket. The concentration to finish the shot. To think this kid has 8 or 9 good years left in this league playing at this level is a frightening thought, but a great one if you're Don Nelson.
Double-double for Hardaway tonight. 21 points, 12 assists.
Again, you see the trapping defense trying to make something happen, getting the ball out of Magic Johnson's hands.
Now that's perfect execution as they penetrated very quickly down the sideline. Richmond for three. Rebound, Ellie. A.C. Green was backing into him.
Now, if you want to beat the trap, watch this. A.C. Green throws it ahead. Now, does the ball ever hit the ground? And the answer is not until the ball goes in the basket and touches the floor. Perfect play by the Lakers.
Fifth foul against A.C. Green. The free throw line has not been very, very good to the Warriors here tonight. He gets one out of the two. It's a 9-point Lakers lead. There's that trap. It's Warriors ball.
This time they force the turnover. The Lakers cannot go to sleep. There's still a lot of time in this game, 9 points, and we know what kind of three-point shooting team this Warriors are.
Marciulionis wants the penetration. Stolen by Scott. He's had great hands tonight.
That's at least 4 steals for him in this ball game. And all of them on low blocks, stripping the guy on the way up.
A.C. Green beats the trap. Obviously, the other side of a trapping defense is that you get burned for easy baskets. This is going to be on James Worthy.
But again, you see the awareness of James Worthy. The other night when he was catching the ball at the three-point line, he was uncontested. There, although Worthy got the foul, you can see he was up on Mullen and not going to let him get a good look at the basket.
17, Chris Mullen.
Mullen at the free throw line has only 9 points in this game, none in the fourth quarter. That's his first. 3 of 13 from the floor is Chris Mullen. Timeout, Los Angeles.
Now this is a rest timeout. This is not necessarily a strategy. The starters have played big minutes. Wants to let them get a little blow here in the last 3.5 minutes.
10 with 3:24 to go in the ball game. LA down to 2 timeouts. Golden State with 2 plus a 20.
Well, I think you can see the strategy of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mike Dunleavy knows his team very, very well. And realizing in that second quarter when Magic Johnson came out of the ball game, his team lost an 11-point lead down to 2 rather quickly. So what he's done is he saved his timeouts here now in the second half, and he's going to use them to try to keep his team fresh. We know that the Golden State Warriors are going to make a frantic rush to try to get back into this ball game. He still has 2 timeouts remaining. So they're in good position right now with a 10-point lead.
Oh, Magic Johnson easily going to have 42, 45, even as many as 45 minutes in this game.
That's what you have to do, though. On the road, your bench doesn't help you as much as it does at home. On the road, you win with your starters. Your bench really helps you more at home.
Thanks partially to the Warriors' trapping defense, the Lakers, who've had some easy shots, are 9 of 12 this quarter from the floor. That's 75%. Mullen knew that wasn't a good free throw, and he kind of body Englished it in.
I don't think they have a 20-second timeout. I think they've used the 20. They're going to have to go with a full. Now they are down to 1. Not a good play that time by the Lakers. That is a mental mistake.
Let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
Thank you very much, Bob Neal. Folks, if you've been following our coverage of the playoffs here on TNT, we've been with you a lot. This is our 14th night. We've brought you 25 games, which is some kind of modern-day record for something, I suppose. But we are going to take tomorrow off and then be back on Sunday and Monday. Let me let you know what's in store. Sunday night, Game 4, Portland and Utah. Remember, Terry Porter hit the game winner Thursday. It was a valiant Utah comeback, which fell short as John Stockton's 3 could not find the mark. So the Blazers took a 2-0 lead. We'll have Game 4, Portland and Utah, Sunday at 8 o'clock. Monday night, it is Boston, bolstered in Game 2 by the return of Larry Bird, taking on Detroit at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons need that guy back in there, Isaiah Thomas. The series currently tied 1-1. We'll have Game 4, Monday night, Boston and Detroit. Now let's go back to Oakland Coliseum Arena. Bob Neal and Doug Collins, guys.
Thank you, Ernie. The Lakers with a 9-point lead and 3:24 to go in the ball game. And as we pointed out as we went to that Lakers timeout, only 1 timeout remaining, which could get to be really significant.
Well, it really is, because now the Lakers have played heavy minutes. Now they're only down to 1 timeout. And what happened is they used 2 timeouts with no time going off the clock. And you just got to have the awareness out there. Somebody's got to come to the basketball, and you've got to get the ball in. Those timeouts are golden in the last few minutes, because what happens is the last 2 minutes of the ball game with a timeout, you can move the ball to half court, and that might cost them.
Coming up right after this ball game, Inside the NBA on TNT with Fred Hickman and Hannah Storm. Marciulionis, Mullen, Hardaway, Ellie, and Richmond.
Now, Bob, the one thing, you've got 5 guys in the back court. I don't like this. You got to get some people down the floor so you can throw long.
Worthy gets it up to Perkins to Green. Richmond went for the steal and missed it, but 17 on the shot clock. Nice defensive play by Ellie. Marciulionis on the drive, 4-on-2. Marciulionis all the way, and the foul. And that was Worthy's 5th foul. A lot of time, more than 3 minutes.
The Lakers are in a little trouble right now. They're going to go with a full court press. It's going to be frantic. They've got to space the floor. All guys are in the back court. Get some people down the floor and throw long.
Perkins is fouled by Mitch Richmond. That's his 2nd.
I tell you, you watch Sam Perkins play. He gives you that sleepy-eyed look. You've got all this excitement going on, and Sam Perkins is going to walk up to the line, and he looks like he's just, you know, out in his backyard playing ball. He's just has that sort of same look on his face, whether it's going great or not.
See, the free throws in this ball game are much closer than in game 1. And Sam, very casually, bottoms out the
Takes
net.
a little deep breath there, and then let me make this other one and go back and guard somebody.
Earn my money, got my lunch pail. It's, of course, a platinum lunch pail. This one doesn't fall. Mullen gets the rebound. Lakers by 7 with 3 minutes to go.
Hardaway needs to penetrate.
Marciulionis penetrating.
Oh,
Richmond saved that. Scott almost stole it. Big rebound by Ellie. Back to the hoop hard, Mario Ellie.
that shouldn't happen. You've got 5 guards on the floor. The Lakers must rebound. It's now a 4-point game. And only 1 timeout.
108-103. L.A. Magic loses it. Richmond to Mullen. It is a 3-point game with 2:20 to go. Remember, Los Angeles only 1 timeout left.
I tell you, we can't see what's happening. People are on their feet. We got to get people in the back court.
The pressure is on. The crowd on their feet. Lakers by 3.
Right now, Golden State has totally scrambled this game. They're going to have to move the basketball and find the open man.
Virtually the whole arena on their feet. Down to Perkins. He kicks it out. 4 to shoot. That's Worthy. He hits a big crowd quieting bucket. He has 36.
It's a big possession right here.
Hardaway for 3.
Don Nelson actually wanted a timeout, and Hardaway drove it down and shot a 3.
Lakers by 2. Hardaway all over Magic Johnson like a fly. Scott decides against the 3. 10 to shoot for L.A. Leading by 2. Everybody on their feet at the Coliseum. Magic Johnson with 3 to shoot. 2. Scott for 3. He nails it.
What a shot!
Warriors get the timeout. Everybody here needs it just to take a deep breath. The Lakers rebuild a 5-point lead with 1:27 remaining.
Magic Johnson is exhausted. He's played this entire second half. I watched him walk off the floor there, and the Laker timeout that James Worthy took when they took it at 3:24 really hurt his team. They've been able to fight it off right now, but when they needed a timeout, they couldn't call it, Bob, because they had to save one, and they had to play through it. Right now, their experience has got them through it, but still, 1.5 minutes to play, 1:27, only a 5-point lead.
Talk about 3-point shootouts. First of all, Hardaway, then Byron Scott.
You see the look in Magic's face. Magic is exhausted. He's played this entire second half at a frantic pace. And now here's Byron Scott. Shot clock winding down. Now, you tell me when that shot goes 0, that ball goes in for 3 points. If Byron Scott's not pivotal to this team, 27 in game 1, and they win. 5 in game 2, they lose. Tonight, I don't know exactly how many. 21 and 7 steals. The guy is really a barometer of that team's success.
But 7 steals ties an LA record, by the way. The fourth quarter field goal percentage, Lakers 11 of 14, Golden State 10 of 18, 4 more shot opportunities. Both teams in the penalty, so no fouls to give. Lakers do have their 1 timeout remaining. There's the situation with the timeouts. And this Golden State team throws up a blitzkrieg that is really entertaining to watch. All of this comeback, they were trailing by 13. All of this comeback was initiated by the full court pressure.
Well, you know, the one thing, you know, and it's not to be critical, but when you get 5 guys in the back court to break the press, they bring all 5 guys up to defend. You must extend the floor. Get a couple guys down the floor, which brings 2 defenders back. If not, you can throw long. And Golden State was able to get a couple turnovers because the Lakers lost floor spacing and didn't have anybody to throw the ball long to.
Give the Warriors less space to defend.
That's exactly right. You got to defend them long and prevent that long pass.
Barcelona sees an open floor. He'll take it right to the hoop. Big block by Perkins. Richmond, a turnaround jumper. It goes! Lakers by 3, just over a minute remaining in this game.
Now, the Warriors don't want to foul right now. There's still 2-3 possessions. You don't want to foul. Make them use the clock. Good defense. A 3 ties it. 2 field goals win the game for you, so do not foul.
7 seconds to shoot. Magic Johnson knows that. 4 to shoot. Scott, 2, 1. He's not going to get the shot off. That's a violation. The Lakers by 3, Warriors ball, 54.6 remaining.
Now, will they pull up and shoot a 3? I think you're going to see Tim Hardaway drive the ball right at Byron Scott. You've got Richmond spotting up for 3. They're going to space the floor. Mullen will be 3, and they'll try to get a quick 2.
Hardaway driving it right at Scott in the paint. Hardaway battles. It keeps alive. Marciulionis rebound. Big block by Perkins.
Well, Sam Perkins, 2 shot blocks that time. Tremendous play by Perkins. Again, Marciulionis all over the offensive board, but you saw him take a ball right to the basket, trying to make something good happen.
Sam Perkins, 2 key blocks down the stretch. He's playing with 5 fouls. That timeout was a 20 charge to Golden State.
Hardaway goes right to the basket. And he shoots it a little short. Perkins starts to block it, and he pulls his hand back, or there might have been a goaltending. Here's Marciulionis, and here's the long arm of Sam Perkins, again with the big shot block.
Hardaway kept that alive.
You know, this is the most excitement I've ever seen from Sam Perkins. Watch him now. He's going to say something to Marciulionis. Look at him. Get that stuff out of here. Expletive deleted.
Exactly. Nice interpretation on your part, though. That's why we have you here. Lakers by 3, 41.8 to go. It is Golden State ball, 22 on the shot clock.
They still don't need a 3 unless it's absolutely there. They've got plenty of time to get 2 possessions for 1. The big thing is they want to get at least 2 points out of this possession.
Marciulionis hard to the basket. Big bucket by Marciulionis. It's Lakers by 1.
Again, no fouls. No fouls. Good, solid defense. You get the ball, and you got a chance to win the game.
Magic telling Perkins, get it across the line.
Lakers have 1 timeout. Golden State 1.
Only 10 to shoot. Scott open for the jumper. He buries it. 3-point Laker lead. Timeout Golden State. 20.2 seconds remaining. Byron Scott has been a game saver to this point for LA. Here's Ernie Johnson.
Thank you very much, Bob Neal. They are going right down to the wire, Oakland Coliseum Arena. And in case you missed it earlier tonight, it was Chicago and Philadelphia with a pretty good finish too, Del Harris, because Philadelphia needed a victory and came up with it.
we've had two good ones here tonight.
Certainly it was 97-95 the score. Chicago had the lead as we take a look at the last couple of moments of this game. Percy Hawkins, the hero.
Yeah, Barkley gets the ball. He's the target man, and he finds the three-pointer.
98-97. Phil Jackson's guys still with a shot.
Yeah, now it's Chicago's turn, and they want to find Michael. Can't find him. Scottie Pippen ends up with it, taking the best shot he can get off. Not a good one.
Yeah, imagine that. Michael Jordan not touching the ball with the game on the line, and Chicago falls for the first time in the playoffs. 99-97, Philadelphia has the win over Chicago. The game you're watching here going right down to it at Oakland Coliseum Arena. Let's go back now to Bob Neal and Doug Collins in Oakland. Guys?
Well, the Lakers lead it by 3 with 20.2 remaining. Byron Scott.
Well, just to give you a little idea about what Byron Scott has done for his team in the playoffs. In Game 1, he hit the controversial shot against Houston to win the game for his team. In Game 3, the last two baskets of the game to decide that series, and tonight the big hoop that's given his team a 3-point lead with 20 seconds to go.
Marciulionis with a big play for Golden State also on their last possession.
Well, they're isolating Magic Johnson, and Marciulionis doing what he does best, drive it to the basket, stops on a dime, and little left-handed shot off the glass to pull his team within one. Then good ball movement. Look at the swarming defense. Worthy's going to find Byron Scott, and he takes the shot in rhythm. Hardaway flying in his face, but Byron Scott, great concentration.
20.2 seconds remaining. The Lakers lead it by 3. Both teams with no fouls to give. Byron Scott, 23 points, and real big ones here tonight in the clutch.
Now, you look at Don Nelson, he's putting his best three-point shooting team on the floor right now. Paul Mokeski's coming into the game. He'll be the inbound passer. Very good three-point shooter for a big man. You have Higgins, Mullen, Richmond, and Hardaway. With 20-something seconds to go, they still can get a 2 and foul and still have an opportunity to win the game. But look for them to go for the three-point shot.
Inbounded to Mitch Richmond. To Hardaway. Magic right in his face. 14 seconds. You see the time remaining in the lower right.
If the clock gets too far down, they might take a foul.
Hardaway throws up a 3, just missing it. Mullen keeps it, bounces it to Hardaway for another 3. He just misses it. The time expires. The Lakers win in a heap down on the floor. Magic Johnson looks over to our table and says, "Do you believe this game?" Lakers win it by 3. Whoa. Everybody have to take a deep breath here tonight.
And we didn't even play.
Let's take a look at that last frenzy of three-point attempts from the Golden State Warriors.
Well, Hardaway's going to take the 3, and always what happens here is those long rebounds. That second 3 is what gets you. The ball, Mokeski does a nice job to kick it out, and Hardaway gets a better look at it this time, and it rattles in and out. Now, guys go for the loose ball here. Bodies flying everywhere, and appropriately the clock winds down with 3 guys laying on the floor.
I think the fumble recovery by Perkins may be the play of the game.
Well, he did a sensational job here tonight for his team. There's Hardaway again for the 3. Look at this. That's right on the money. You see the shot clock above, winding down with the ball on the floor and 4 bodies down.
LA shot 80% in the fourth quarter from the floor to win it 115-112. Here's Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.